What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons, and like I promised, we're gonna try to grow with this series. First video didn't go too crazy views-wise, but it's an audience that I have to gain the respect from, and that's okay. So we're back with episode 2 review, and first thing on my mind, Andy's a lot like Deadpool. But before we get into that, smash the like button. Let's run the lights up as much as we can. If you are here for Undead, I will have weekly drops, as well as I'm gonna have a battle coming up with Andy from the manga versus Deadpool himself from the comics. So with that out of the way, we are going to review episode 2, and I'm going to give my thoughts on what happened and how the characters are growing and the story is progressing. And yeah, without further ado, let's get first thing to talk about is the fact that I'm dropping an amazing video today called What If Goku, instead of landing on Earth, grew up in Asgard. It is to celebrate the huge success of my last video and how much love y'all showed on that video. The likes y'all dropped was insane. But back to this intro was crazy. First of all, I'm gonna just admit to it, skip a lot of intros when I watch shows, especially anime. They don't interest me. I don't know what they're singing. It's extra reading for me. It's just not the move. However, the vibes in this intro for Undead and Unluck is actually immaculate. That is a 10 out of 10 intro. The music's a banger. Getting into this episode, we see that Undead is a man about his business. And what I mean by that is he's got stash houses all over the place. And he takes Unluck there and is like, yo, I gotta get you ready and prepared for what's to come next, which is the likelihood that we will be hunted down by a shit ton of people. Like, it's almost inevitable at this point, given we've seen how they've been behaving. And he puts her in all this crazy body armor, and he's like, the Negators will be here soon. We're gonna have to fight them, and we don't know what they're gonna do or how capable they are. And this kind of gets into the anime elaborating on the range of Negators. So they eventually get pulled up on by two characters. A big dude in a suit and a smaller fucking musclehead, right? They start throwing hands. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, the boy's kind of getting cooked. But you can kind of tell from his character, Undead doesn't care if he gets cooked because he can use that situation to learn about what's going on and what his opponents are capable of. So as he's getting thrown around, he realizes him and Unluck, they have a this weird situation in which they can't figure out why they stop moving. This is eventually figured out at one point to mean one of the Negators had the law of unavoidable. So this kind of elaborates more on just how extreme the powers of Negators are. First of all, they came out of a warp, literally fractured reality to drop through on some fucking hollow shit. And when they drop through, the unavoidable, essentially he breaks a law of reality, which is something can be avoided, you know? Something can't hit everything. Well, that's not true for this. You stop moving and it's unavoidable that he hits you. So eventually, Undead's able to time this and fire off a kill shot, cracking through him as he's like, you can stop my moves and make it unavoidable that you hit me, but you can't stop my regeneration. That's not how your power works. Your power doesn't ignore that law of reality of me regenerating. And the regeneration shot a body part at him, killing him, which is fucking hilarious. The way he uses his regen is crazy. He's like an extreme Deadpool, which is why we're going to do Deadpool versus Andy, and that's going to be a banger. But he puts down unavoidable, and he starts fighting the next character, and quickly realizes what's going on right here. He says, alright, I'm going to drop him with a right kick to the body. Goes for the right kick. It's a left kick that lands. Well, it doesn't land, it gets blocked. And he says, oh shit, you're opposites. Whatever I do, you do the opposite of. That's why you blocked it on the other side. You just prepare to block on the other side because you make the other side look vulnerable. It's real trippy, but he starts fighting that. And you're like, oh fuck, Andy has hands for real. It's that amount of complexity and figuring out how to perfectly land on the guy when you literally have to land opposites at all times at a high speed, that's ridiculous. That's insanely hard to do. And he even says opposites is like, yo, real shit. No one's ever really hit me. Like the fact you're able to tag me and you've got hands like this when you have to fight such a negator is crazy. And eventually, the fight gets broken up at the end. The guy dips, he's able to dip because they realize there's this council of negators with powers like Undead and Unluck. There's 10 of them. And if you sit on that seat, you won't get hunted. You just have to vow to always hunt the others, basically. So they're trying to get seats on that council so they're not hunted anymore. So this becomes a lot more complicated of a story, as now one seat's open, but Undead's unwilling to leave Unluck because he needs 2 seats as promised. So we are going to see this wild pursuit of both true death, but also seeking to stop being hunted, which is a wild fucking story. But anyways, guys, let me know what you thought of this episode. I had a lot of fun with this one. It's similar to episode 1. Not too many misses on this one. I like the elaboration on Andy, his background, and how smart and capable he is when dealing with other negators. And I'm looking forward to episode 3. If you're a fan of this series, stay tuned because I'll be dropping weekly content on the series. And if you want to see me cover the manga as well, get in that comment section. But anyways, been your boy Jobbers and Goons. I'll see y'all later. Peace.